Welcome all who enter here. This week, we have a story from the Outback about an ancient monster, terrifying to behold. You will not want to meet this one anytime in the future. It is simply called the dragon. The Outback is a vast area on the Australian continent, covering over 70% of the land. It is diversified climate, including deserts, forests, and grasslands. You can find many unique mammals, such as marsupials, birds, and exotic reptiles there. One such species are the monitor lizards. Have you ever heard of the komodo dragon? It is the largest lizard in the world, measuring over 10 feet in length and weighing between 150 to 200 pounds. Although that was not the largest lizard to ever live. Megalania was a true giant of the lizard world. The creature weighed over 2 tons and was 23 feet long. That is the same length as a saltwater crocodile, the largest reptile in the world known today. It could run at 30 miles an hour, and like all monitor lizards, it was very venomous. The mouth contained deadly bacteria that would kill you if the lizard did not do so first. My story begins when I was a sailor and on a Westpac. We were stationed out of Hawaii, and the Westpac was our way of touring different ports, such as India, Hong Kong, and of course, Australia. While on this Westpac, I met a girl named Sam. Me and Sam clicked immediately. In the week I was there, we hung out every day. She even promised me if I came back, we could explore the Outback together. Since I do not have any family in the mainland of the United States, I decided to take my leave and hang out with Sam in Australia instead. After all, we were both passionate about hiking and exploring the woods. I took a flight to Sydney. Sam met me at the airport. We packed our tent and took supplies, which include 2 sleeping bags, beef jerky, fishing poles, and some bait. Oh, Sam also had a .44 Magnum with us too. She had a license and never went hiking without the gun. We also had 2 machetes, because in the Outback, if you're unprepared, it can be a very dangerous place to be. Without the supplies in check, we decided to head out to her favorite hiking trail. After several miles in the Outback, we realized it was getting late. We set up camp gorged ourselves on beef jerky, and decided to watch a sunset together. We were warned by the Aboriginal people that a monster was in the Outback, a great scaly creature with poisonous saliva and monstrous claws. However, we did not believe in fairy tales. Oh, how wrong we were. And how soon we would regret our ignorance on the matter. We noticed something strange, for the woods were completely silent. No noise came from the animals, no insects, frogs, or mammals made a sound. When you're in the woods at night, there's always a noise to be heard. Tree frogs, the frogs in swamps and water, even an occasional grunt or cry of local mammals, and the insects. You always hear insects. But this night we heard nothing. Knowing that was weird, I grabbed my machete, and Sam grabbed her .44. And we stood up and backed up to the tent so nothing would sneak up on us. Then we heard what made both of us jump out of our skin. A large animal was walking through the forest. You could hear the leaves, twigs, and sticks break under the creature's weight. Then we heard a hiss, but not like a snake. No, this was loud and deep. And I've never heard one make that noise before. We were prepared and waiting for whatever would exit the tree line. What we saw was a living fossil, a symbol from an ancient time was staring at us through the trees and brush. It walked out, tongue tasting the air like a snake or some lizards may do. Those black eyes saw us and was staring us down. It slowly walked out of the woods on two massive legs, the other two hidden back in the bush. It opened its red-soaked mouth and saliva was dripping down to the ground. It took a step forward, and Sam unloaded her ammo in both of the front legs. This is probably what saved us from becoming the next meal. We abandoned camp and fled into the woods as a great dragon was on our tails. The wounded legs did not even slow the creature down. We were lucky to get out of its way as it shot past us, turning quickly as we climbed a long hill and found a large boulder to hide behind. Sam reloaded her ammo, and I stood watch. Soon the mighty lizard found us, and Sam shot into his left eye. The creature hissed and dropped down to the ground, clawing its eye with those massive claws it possessed. We took off running. We ran hard, we ran fast, and never looked back. Somehow we made it safely back to our car. Jumped inside and took off quickly. We decided to explore some of Australia's other sites instead while I was there. We still stay in touch, and when I get out, I plan on moving back there with Sam to the continent. I will register for a gun as soon as I can, so we can go back hiking again. But to be on the safe side, in case we meet something that's not supposed to be alive.